right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
And double honors to our apostles, great millstone, taught us his truth, and sincere Shalom. So that's out there. Teach his truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. You know, the brother here was discussing, we're not going to give out no names. You know, somebody who, so-called is in and out of the truth, man. Well, we always have to understand in this truth that, not everybody in this truth is going to be of the elect. Okay? You gotta, we're going to bring out Matthew 10 and 16. There's going to be a lot of wolves amongst the sheep, man. All right? And Satan is gonna put people in brothers' lives, man, that are gonna try to weigh them down, try and sift them, create situations. Okay? But all these are just tests, man.
Book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 15. Behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right, and we always need to keep that mindset, man, because a lot of brothers out there, they don't understand that we're engaged in spiritual warfare. Okay? Everyone wants to act like they got to be everybody else to be Israelite. Well, if we were teaching the truth, then everybody wouldn't come from that. Because there's going to be brothers that betray brothers to death. Okay? So all this shit where everybody wants to be buddy-buddy with all these different camps, that went out the window a few years ago, man. How much more so in 2023? Because if somebody ain't teaching what the MOTB is right now, you gotta look at them sideways. Go ahead.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right, wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. We gotta have that innocent appearance to us, not just appearance, but how we interact with people, man. Because you got bootleg Israelites out there, okay, that are teaching carnality. They're teaching us continuing city here in Babylon, building up all these schools and shit. But yet they don't even see that World War III is right at the doorstep. Okay? You got China and Russia making all these little alliances with each other and forming these BRICS nations. And they're saying, let the weak say I am strong. Okay? They're being a guard onto these little nations, man. To protect them from what? From Babylon the Great, from the West primarily, man. Okay?
Go ahead. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Mm-hmm. And ye should be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
Right. Now, how many Israelite camps are teaching that? Okay, our apostles, one of the things that they used to really harp on when we first came into truth was, this is a life and death thing, man. A lot of guys, they don't have that in their spirit, that they don't understand how serious it is.
Yeah, Apostle Gabar did a video last week, and he was talking about all the closing Walmart centers that's closing. He was saying that they could, he believes through as a man that they could be set up for chipping stations. Or some brothers believe they could be for concentration camps. But you got a whole bunch of Walmarts closing down, and those are like perfect grounds for Esau to do what he wants to do in the future.
And a lot of them are in inner cities.
You know what? Really, they not really in the inner city. They're like kind of like right on the outside.
Yeah.
Like most of the Walmarts, they're like right on the outside of the city to where they can just take you there.
Yeah, that's how ours is. Well, where we live at, it's not even far.
Yeah.
You can go from the hood to the Walmart in like 10 minutes. Yeah.
And another thing what you were saying was a lot of these Israelite camps was being carnal. Joe Biden just came out with this executive order on free speech.
Yep.
And he came out this executive order on free speech. This is fucking YouTube. Yashua did a video on it. where they were saying that dude was coming against the Israelites. He was saying like,
Oh, I know who you talking about.
yeah, he
I
was
seen
like,
that.
they're nobody. He was like, they're gonna attack these guys, but that's what they're gonna do. And then you got people talking about some sticks at kid, motherfuckers having guns and shit, and all this shit.
The Sakari. Yep. They carry ammunition and weapons at camp.
Yeah,
And
but
that's-
what's the name? Aisha PK.
How you doing? What's up?
Aisha
doing?
PK character too.
Teaching the Bible.
Picture what?
Like,
Why?
yeah, what?
Why?
Have a nice
Oh,
day.
yeah, we kind of in the middle of something. That was
Yeah,
kind of
man,
rude.
have a nice day.
Go ahead.
Most High will destroy you too. Like, that's the message.
I'll be fine.
Huh? No, you won't.
I promise.
You vaccinated?
I'll be fine.
That's
Hell,
it.
fuck no.
You still gonna get destroyed though.
Nah, never. Nah, I'll be fine.
Nah.
That's the pride.
How you gonna? Yeah, it's pride. How you gonna say?
No
hey,
pride, no
hey, you
pride.
know what a famine is?
Say it again.
Do you know what a famine is?
Yes.
What's a famine?
Feminist?
Yeah, a
is-
famine. Famine, not feminist. A famine.
Oh, famine.
Yeah, you know what a famine is?
That's like something taking over.
See, niggas is stupid.
No, no,
Niggas
no.
is stupid. What's
Why-
a famine?
Why I gotta be a nigga?
Google it. Cause you is.
Why I gotta be a
Cause you
nigga?
came up like a nigga.
I'm black.
Huh? No, you not.
So
See?
that's
I
the
said
difference right
gentleman.
there.
I was,
Right.
I
Yo,
was
have a
nice.
nice day,
I
bro.
was nice.
Board of light. That's
Yeah.
what black mean.
I was
Yo,
nice.
you don't know what
hold
a
on, let me
famine
say
is.
something. Let
Go
me say
ahead.
something. You wouldn't walk up in the church and do that to a pastor that was
Gentlemen.
preaching on the podium. You wouldn't do that.
I would.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
What did I do?
What you should have said
What did I
was,
do?
no, I'm gonna speak to you
Go
like
ahead,
a
go
normal
ahead.
person.
I appreciate
What you
it.
should have did was you should have came up
Gentlemen.
more polite and waited till we was done.
Gentlemen.
Talk-
Instead
I
of
didn't
just
know what y'all
asking.
Hey,
was
hey,
doing.
hey,
I
you
said
don't
But
got
gentlemen.
this is the way you came up.
Yeah,
I
because
ain't
we
mean
can
no
spot it from a mile
disrespect,
away.
bro.
hey,
Like,
if you see men talking like general, any it could be just regular men on the corner talking, and you want to ask them the one dude this question, you gonna wait till they
no,
get
I
done
didn't.
talking.
I didn't know y'all was doing all.
You ain't
that.
hear us talking?
I said gentlemen.
No, you said, hey, what are you
No, I
guys
ain't said
doing?
that.
Then you said,
said-
I
why?
didn't do that.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Oh, you
the
said we
fucking
preaching
story.
the
Hey, it's all good, man.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah,
back
it's
to it.
good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
You don't even know what a
No
famine
disrespect.
is. But you don't know what a famine is.
A
That's-
famine
that's-
is a takeover of.
No, a famine when
of
it's not
people.
any food. When there's
Okay.
no
All
food.
right.
What
Same
you gonna
thing.
do with? No, it's not. It's not the same thing. What you gonna do when it's a famine?
What I'm gonna do?
Yeah. What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do?
eat.
Huh? How you gonna eat?
Because I create food.
Get what's the name? You get 17.
I create food.
How you gonna create food?
I have a family, man. I have a family.
You got
That means
family?
I do this.
How you gonna
I
pro-
do this
how-
anyway.
How you gonna protect?
I do it
family?
anyway.
How you gonna protect your family?
Guns,
With martial law.
food.
Guns?
Get
Food,
Psalms
guns,
44.
food, all
Get Psalms
that.
44.
I'm a
Psalms
man.
44.
First and foremost, I'm a man.
Zephaniah,
The fuck y'all talking
17. You
now?
don't do shit.
Now
you
you
gonna-
being disrespectful.
Huh?
How?
I'm a man, bro. I
actually
take
gonna
care of
eat.
my
No, you're
shit.
not gonna take care of your shit. You gonna.
I don't need
gonna,
you
You gonna
or
cry.
that.
Listen,
you gonna
listen,
cry like
listen,
a
I
hoe.
do this shit for
Oh,
real.
listen.
Go ahead, read it.
Go ahead.
Listen. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly."
You claiming to be a mighty man, but the Bible say you gonna cry bitterly.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That day is a day of wrath,
Is you ready for the day of wrath?
Yes.
a
Huh?
day of
Yes.
trouble and
Yes,
distress,
nigga, I'm ready.
a day of waste
Been ready,
and
born ready,
desolation.
nigga. I'm from the projects, nigga.
You a fuck.
See that?
Fuck
that's-
is wrong
listen
with
though,
y'all?
Listen,
The
listen.
Most High gonna
Listen,
destroy
hold on,
Say all you want, nigga.
Listen.
I come from shit.
Hey, we do too.
You understand me?
We do too. We do too. What's your point?
I
What's that
don't, need,
mean?
I don't need that to do what I need to do.
So you don't need the
Is
Most
you
High.
serious?
So you don't need the Most High. That's
You
what
gonna
you're
use
saying.
your gun?
I got no.
You just said that.
I said I have a gun. I'm
said
not gonna use it.
Hold on, wait. You said guns and what else you said?
Food
Yeah. All right. So listen.
and manhood I'm a fucking man, bro.
We gonna see.
What's
We
wrong with y'all?
Like,
Who gonna see?
We gonna see.
I gotta wait for you.
Huh?
No, we talking about what the Most
We
High.
What you
gonna
say?
see. Not just you, just all y'all niggas gonna fucking die.
No.
All niggas gonna
No,
die.
we not.
It sure is.
Go ahead. Read that.
Go ahead.
Thou art my king, O Yahweh. Command deliverances for Jacob.
Yeah, you need to be asking the Most High for deliverance.
Man.
Not yourself. Go ahead.
No, ask me.
For thee
Because God is in me.
Open and see.
Their Bible say that.
Go ahead.
The God is in me.
Listen
will
to the
we
scripture.
push down our enemies. Through thy name
I
will
ain't
we
got
tread them under that rise up against us.
I hear you.
I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
So your bow and your sword ain't gonna save you. Your gun not gonna save you.
I ain't say that.
Your fucking pistol ain't
I
gonna
said I
save
have
you.
it.
The white man got drones that can shoot you from a mile
Sure,
away.
Sure.
So you gonna shoot that drone?
Yeah,
Huh?
I don't need to.
It's gonna destroy your family.
No, it
He
ain't.
coming for your family.
No, it ain't. When? Where?
Soon.
When?
Soon.
Hey,
What's
let me give you a message
When?
before you leave, bro. Hold on. No, for real, listen.
Go ahead.
You gotta you're faithless, man. That's
Nah,
what it comes
I'm
down
faithful.
to. Get 2 Ezra 15 and 4.
I'm faithful in my manhood to take care
Yeah,
of my family.
but you don't believe in
and
the
my
Most High,
and
though.
my women too.
But do you believe in the Most High?
I believe there's this.
So why you saying you gonna say it
I don't
yourself?
believe in that though.
You don't believe in the scriptures.
Nah,
So
I
what's
don't
your
do
belief?
nothing
What's
for
your-
me.
What do you believe in?
What's your
The
foundation?
Most High.
What's his name? What's his name? What's
No
his
name. Your Bible even say that.
2 Ezra
There's
15
no
and 4.
name.
Well, all right, man. We're gonna read you this, and then we're gonna get back to what
Okay.
we doing.
This
Fine.
second Ezra
Ain't no love lost.
No.
Yeah, go
no.
ahead.
This
I
second
don't-
Ezra chapter 15 verses 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have the faithful and you're gonna have the unfaithful. And that's just what it is. Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, you have a very unfaithful spirit, man. Because you believe in yourself.
I don't even know what that means. I believe in
You believe
that
in
God
yourself.
is in within me.
You got food growing at home right now?
Yeah. What?
Go ahead, bro. Keep reading.
Because my mama taught me that. My daddy taught me that. My
The Most High-
grandfather
the Most
told
High
me
gonna
that.
Take that away.
Behold,
Why would he?
saith the Lord,
Why would he take that
I will
away from
bring-
me? That's evil.
I will bring
If the
strength-
God take
Because-
stop. If God take away from me handling my family,
Because you
then
don't
he's
believe.
evil.
Because you don't
He's
believe.
fucking evil.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
He-
is.
he is
Get that.
evil.
So
Get
he the
that.
devil too?
Amos 3, you know where it's
The
at.
fuck you talking
Bro,
about then?
listen, look,
So
bro,
why would I listen?
Bro, you gotta listen.
Why would I do
Because
that?
we gonna prove it to you. You gotta listen. Just chill out. Chill out. You gotta hold your spirit. Get Isaiah 45 and 7.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got that,
Yo,
Amos? Read
if
that,
God
Amos.
can take that away from
Hey,
me,
listen,
You gotta,
bro.
you gotta be able to listen before you can speak. Because we coming out the scriptures. You
I-
coming out your own
I'm
heart.
listening.
Because you said
I'm listening.
God would be evil if he did that. Read this verse.
I'm
Read
listening.
that. Go ahead.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, Amos 3 and 1. O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities.
Go down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not afraid?
you hear this, babe?
Listen.
Shall there be evil in
You
the
hear this,
city,
babe?
and the Lord hath not done it?
Shall there
Hey.
be evil in the city and the
Hey.
Lord have not done it?
Yo, you hear
He's
this
talking
shit?
to his wife. He don't want to hear the word.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, this
Go ahead.
This is me taking care of my family.
Go ahead. Isaiah
Your
45
family gonna be
and 7.
destroyed by the Lord.
This is the book of Isaiah
Listen,
chapter
listen,
45.
listen.
This is Isaiah 45 and 7.
Yep.
I form the light and create darkness.
The Lord said, I form the light and create darkness. Go ahead.
Okay, you
I
devil
make
too.
peace and create evil.
The Lord said,
Yeah,
I
you
make
devil.
peace and create evil.
Devil too.
Okay? The Most High controls the devil.
Nothing's
The devil
happening.
ain't doing shit.
Look.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
I, the Lord, do all
Let me tell you
these things.
something. I will fight all of y'all.
Do it.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
Or what- Right.
We ain't up here to fight.
So what
but,
y'all talking about?
No, listen, we ain't up here to fight, but that shit
You
don't
saying
mean
I'm the
nothing.
what about?
Unfaithful.
No, I'm faithful.
I said you was
to
unfaithful.
myself, to my
But
family.
you carnal
to-
as hell too. Because now you talking about fighting, we'll be coming out the
No,
scripture.
I'm saying if it come to that,
And then
How-
what's gonna happen?
yeah, but
You gonna
how-
fight
I
four
can
do
people?
it.
How is it
I
coming
can
to that?
do it.
How is it coming to that? You carnal.
It shouldn't come to that.
Get
Right.
Romans 8
It
and
shouldn't
6,
come to
man.
that. But you already
gonna fight
you
you with
already
this.
blaspheming me.
I ain't blaspheming you.
Yeah, you doing it right now. Look at you doing. You
Hold on,
call
bro.
me a
Hold
nigga.
your spirit. Hold your spirit. Get Romans 8
right
and
here.
6. Get Romans 8 and 6. Yeah, Romans 8 and 6. Because he said,
Yeah, we good.
He said he gonna fight us. Now he
No,
gonna
I
fight.
ain't. No, you call me a nigga.
Okay, well we apologize for that. Is that cool?
Fine.
Is that cool? We apologize for that. Romans
I
8 and 6.
apologize too if I offended y'all.
No, Romans 8 and 6.
This is the book of
It's
Romans,
good.
chapter 8, verses 6.
Mm-hmm.
For to be carnally minded is death.
For to be carnally minded is death. To run around fighting, beating up people, that's carnal.
I'm not.
That's not gonna get you
I'm
nowhere.
not doing that.
Go ahead.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
But to be
Yes.
spiritually minded is life and peace.
I'm
We
at
spiritual
peace.
up here.
I'm at peace.
So basically, what we doing is we just giving you the warning of what's coming. That's all we doing.
Right. But it's
We,
not coming.
we just telling you to hearken to the voice
And I'm
of the
telling
Lord.
you it's not coming.
Okay, well, hey, have a
It's
good
not
day,
coming.
bro. Have a good day.
It's not coming.
All right.
It's never
Oh,
coming.
get that. Oh,
Bring-
Slocky, wait.
bring
Bring
Hosea
that out.
for it.
It's never
Give
coming.
me that in
Peace,
Ezekiel,
peace,
Where they
peace.
said
Peace
days
of
are
God.
prolonged.
Oh, yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Hosea
It says
4
it's not
6.
coming. Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Like Yeshaya said, he said the Thomas family was going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to reject them because he rejected the knowledge. The last words he said was, "It's not coming. It's not coming. It's not coming." And that's what they say in Ezekiel. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Yep.
Let me read that line again. I will also forget thy children.
I mean, that's Jake. Jake fucking simple, man.
Exactly. Here it is. You just had another bank failure over the fucking weekend, man. Another bank failure over the weekend. How does he know that he ain't gonna go to get to an ATM one day and the bank's gonna be out of service? That's where times we're coming into. They got the fucking the reverse ATMs. They're spitting out the prepaid cards, eating up your cash.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 16. But I will leave a few men of them from the sword and from the famine and from the pestilence, that they may declare all their abominations among the heathen, whether they come, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and carefulness. And say unto the people of the land, Thus saith the Lord, of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel, they shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that their land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein.
And I want to say that's a prime example of the Most High really marking the man. Because the way he came up, like we said, we in the middle of teaching. He asks us what we're doing. We tell him to teach in the Bible. He says, why? That's not how you come up and conversate with men. So he had a nigga motive from the jump. Go ahead.
And the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate. You shall know that I am the Lord. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision fails?
And what did he say? It's not coming. It's not coming. It's not coming. He said he basically said he trusts in himself. He said he gonna grow his own food. He said he got guns. He said I'm a man. But then we read the scripture where it says the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All you individuals out here who think that you tough and that you could survive the day of the Lord, you gonna cry there bitterly.
And if we ain't know what was going on, we would. But
Exactly.
see, the only thing is we know that it's coming.
Yep.
That's the only thing that's gonna give us comfort. These niggas don't know. They gonna bug out.
And it says a man shall chase a woman in that day.
Yeah.
So
He said, he said, why do I see every man holding their loins like a woman? Like,
Yeah.
Keep going.
it say, son of, it say, for there shall be no more vain vision. It say, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will make this proverb to cease.
Yeah, that mean the Most High gonna shut that shit down, man. He gonna make it to cease. Go ahead.
And they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
And we up here telling him that the days of the Lord are at hand, but he got that proverb in his spirit that the day of the Lord is gonna be prolonged. And at the end of the day, that's why the Lord said 2/3 are gonna be cut off and die. Because of that type of behavior right there.
Exactly. He didn't even hear anything. He just came up on some shit. He don't even know what we're teaching. He assumed we're teaching Christianity.
And there's gonna come a time where you people gonna fucking respect the men of the Lord, man.
Yeah, and you come up here like tossing, you get fucked up here, man.
Right.
You get fucked up, and the Lord gonna the Lord gonna release the change. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be hunters.
And all of us know how to fight. I'm
Real
not trying
good.
to say anything
carnal.
Yeah.
I don't know where they think we come from. Like, shit. I mean, fuck, we ain't no bitches. That's why I'm telling them, like, that shit don't mean, when the nigga say we could fight, that shit don't really mean nothing. Like, Jake hear that shit growing up all the time. But our main objective is to teach the word, man. You know? Go ahead.
For there shall be no more vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, I will say the word, and I will perform it, saith the Lord.
In your days, meaning in this time, this generation, when you look at this generation, you absolutely know that this is it. This is the last generation, man. This is, you got what they call it, Gen Z. This is it. Yeah, you look around, you see how, I mean, you sometimes you think like, damn, how much more wicked can it get? That's what you think sometimes when you walk around the earth, man. How much more wicked can it get? You know?
When they passed that executive order where if your children want to get the change, all right, and you go against them, it's considered child abuse. They're working on that, man.
Yeah.
You know, what if one of your sons wants to do that?
Absolutely fucking not. You got something?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 30 and 8.
And all you Israelites who don't believe in the Most High, you're gonna be fucking destroyed, man. Just like that. 2/3.
Isaiah 30 and 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people.
Yep.
They're rebellious then and they're rebellious now.
Was that not an example of rebellion? When you look at an Israelite like that, you say, damn, that nigga needs a whole bunch of work, man. That nigga need work. Because he is faithless.
Are you guys Masons?
No.
No.
Oh. Sorry. Wondering.
Are we Masons? God almighty.
That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
You basically asking for Satan. In other words, like, you got people out here asking.
Say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
And that's what Jake wants to hear. He wants to hear deceits. He wants to hear falsehoods. He wants to hear lies. They don't want to hear the truth about what's coming.
Why you teach that Bible like you hear it in any other place?
Right.
Be like, oh, I heard so much, man.
Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word.
Which he was doing, despising the word, talking down on the prophets. The nigga didn't even know what a famine was, man.
Yeah.
How you gonna make it through a famine when you don't even know what a famine is?
And it's crazy though, because like, he was like, oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe in the Bible. I believe in my God. But then we say, oh, the Bible gonna do this. Well, that would be evil. That would be evil.
And then we read to him in Amos, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? That's the question. I don't know why people got it in their minds where the Most High got to be this good dude. It says the Lord bringing forth his judgment every morning. Every morning the Lord brings forth judgment, man. Why you think America is a shithole? Because the Lord put it that way. Because he's bringing it down. Go ahead.
Real quick. This is Proverbs 13 and 13. Then we'll go back. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
So were we telling him something that was bad? No. We were telling him something that's biblical. You despise the word, the Most High ain't got no use for you. Go ahead.
But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
And that's us. That's why we come out here, because we fear. Here it is, the Most High showed us everything that's coming. He gave us the signs, we could read everything. The scriptures say, make it plain upon tables. So why the hell wouldn't we fear if the Lord showed us everything that's about to happen? You would be stupid as hell not to fear. You would be dumb as hell not to fear, man. That's why he asked the brother, he said, how you gonna make it out? How? You have to have a higher power that's gonna get you out of this shit that's coming. There's no way you can do it by yourself.
If you grow your own food, there's missiles, man.
Or you could grow your own food and the Most High will have a fucking militia come and take that shit and then rape your wife and kill your kids.
Or other starving stragglers, man, that haven't eaten in days. That are looking for food.
Oh no, he gonna use his gun to fend them off.
Yeah.
This one fucking pistol.
They better watch that movie The Road, man. Even Eli, Book of Eli. When Denzel was on his path and he saw them people getting fucked up, he told himself, he said, it's not my business. And he had to keep going. Because we gonna see shit in the earth and we gonna have to be like, hey, that's the Most High's judgment, it's not my business. We're gonna have to keep going. Just like when you see people getting judged, it's like, well, what did they do? You know? That's why.
I recognize.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 30:12, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this Verse 12, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness.
When you trust in oppression, that means you trust in the enemy instead of the Most High. And that's what we try to get you to understand. The scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. Jake trusts in oppression. Go ahead.
And stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall,
Woo!
swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
So that nigga he might not make, we don't know, the Most High he might not make it till next week.
Hey,
The way he was coming.
The way he was talking. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarry to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For certainly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security you shall be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
See, he don't even know that the Most High actually directed his steps to the camp. The Most High put an angel on his spirit to do what he did and then leave. That was all the works of the Lord. The whole shebang bang. And it's, yeah. Most High did all of that. You know?
Sirach, chapter 4, verse 25. Sirach 4 and 25. And though wise, speak against the truth, but be abashed.
He said, I don't believe in that. He put his hand out. He said, I don't believe in that.
And he said, God is with them.
Yep. He said, I don't need that. Everything is recorded, man. The angels record everything. Go ahead.
Speak no wise to speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thy ignorance. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river.
Yep. That means basically quench not the spirit, which he did when he fucking came up here.
You didn't hear the new doctrine? And anybody who grew up in the project's going to be all right.
Oh yeah, he said, I'm from the projects.
Yeah.
I'm from the projects. What the fuck
You
is that
supposed to
mean?
be, oh shit, you from the projects.
Yeah, and that's some
One
stupid.
way.
You're not supposed to brag about that.
Yeah.
That's I'm from the projects. That's actually shameful.
Go join the UFC then.
Even calling yourself black is shameful.
He
man.
said that too.
The word black mean nigger. The word nigger mean black. Yo, you stupid ass niggas. You fucking stupid ass niggas get so mad when some fucking Edomite call you a nigger, but the word nigger mean black. It's verse 27. It say, make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the persons of the mighty. Which he was trying to be a mighty person.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verses 18, because he came up here proud. Chapter 1 that says, saying he had guns and all types of stuff. This is pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before the fall. So you come up here proud, that goes before destruction. Pride don't get you nowhere.
Yeah.
It's going to come back on you at some point to being proud. That's one thing that the Lord's hate.
Say any one of us around the corner by ourselves with that dude and came back home.
Came back
Which one? Who
home.
going?
Yep.
Proverbs 29 and 1. He that being of the reproof of shall
He-
suddenly
he-
be destroyed, and that without remedy.
So that's his destiny because he definitely hardened his neck. He was very stiff-necked. That's how you know that Jake is who the Most High said they are. Stiff-necked, rebellious, you know, children that don't want to hear the words of the Lord. And that's okay because at the end of the day, like I said, hey, it ain't no love lost. You go your way. You're an unbeliever. You're unfaithful. We know what your judgment is going to be. We already know.
If you see 4 Transformers standing on the corner, he wouldn't have asked them what they was doing. He didn't act like that was some normal shit.
He would have kept walking. Yep. Yep. That's why we read, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed." Now we were somewhere before he came up. I forgot what we was talking about.
Matthew 10 and 16.
All right, yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah. Jake, man. But he got the juices flowing.
A lot of nerve, man. Jake's just got a lot of nerve. They got no. They expect everybody to treat him with the utmost respect, but they don't treat everybody with respect.
Right. Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verses 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
That's a wolf right there, man. That's a wolf. That's our people. That's the wolves.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
That's why when he mentioned fighting, it could trigger something in your spirit, but you gotta remain peaceful because that shit wouldn't get us nowhere. A nigga like Vocab Malone will grab the video and twist it up and say we out here fighting and shit. But at the end of the day, like Yeshaya said, Elder Apostle Rabbi did a video the other day. It was entitled "The Lord is getting ready to release the chains off of us." So like he said, we gonna turn hunters.
Getting into what I was saying at the beginning of the lesson, if I remember properly. All right, you know, not every Israelite is of the elect, man. You got Israelites that'll hang out with people like that.
Oh, that's the fuck we was talking about.
You get Israelites that'll hang out with somebody like that.
Yeah, no, but that's what we was talking about.
Keep them in their circle.
Before he walked up, carnal Israelite, and this nigga walked up on some heavy carnal.
You got Israelites that are hanging out with Muslims. Come on, man. You got no business being around people like that. The only time that we should be hanging around with the Muslims is if he's coming to. That's it. Period.
You remember me?
Kinda. Hey,
Do you remember why I was acting like that? Because I never dealt with voodoo.
never dealt with what?
I never dealt with voodoo before. That's why I was acting like
Like he's dealing with voodoo.
that. In 2016 with that situation, right?
You came up to the camp, right?
No, he was on Bailey in Delaware.
What happened?
And, all right, the city was covered with voodoo. The city was covered with voodoo since 2011.
Yeah.
Did that have something to do with y'all?
Hell no.
No.
We read the Bible, man.
Yeah, I remember you coming up to the camp.
That's what we do.
He was acting crazy.
We ain't into no wickedness, man.
Now we believe in the scriptures.
Okay. Got the Holy Ghost. Y'all want the Holy Ghost?
Nah, we straight.
Now you keep that. Keep it all. Keep it.
I'm going to need it for the buckshot sayings. That's what Jesus said. I'm going to need it for the buckshot sayings. That's organized by y'all. What y'all run by? What y'all run by? Y'all the GDs?
No.
Against your disciples?
No.
Y'all vicious. I ain't got nothing against y'all. I listen to a lot of that music. I got skills. I don't know why y'all want to take me on when I look like y'all. I want to be like you.
Well, we just teaching, man. That's all. We teaching. The best thing you can do right now if you want to be is just listen.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verses 16.
Right.
Behold, I send you
God
forth
bless
as sheep
my
in the
soul.
midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
So we were getting that earlier, man. You know, you're gonna have guys that hang out with people like that, man. You know, you got camps like ISUPK. They do them canned food drives, and they just let anybody up in their establishment, man. You don't know who's coming up in there. Esau can dress up some bum, you know, give him a few training lessons on how to interact. And he ain't sign or anything. Shit, man. That's why you need to have a close circle, man. Because guys that are wishy-washy during that time, they may deliver you up.
Yeah, we don't hang with anybody. We don't just let anybody in our circle. Just because you know you an Israelite, you know. So that can actually be a lesson. You gotta watch who you let around you. You know, a lot of people may wonder why. A lot of people who may know us, y'all might wonder why we seem distant, or we really don't kick it with dudes like that. Well, that's how we remain tight. That's how the spirit remains intact.
If we don't got a school where everybody's wives can go in and out, that's another thing, man. You know, just let the wives be part of the ministry, man. That ain't right. Okay, we know they're a weaker vessel, man. They'll be the type that'll deliver you up.
Yeah, it's called running a tight ship. You gotta run a tight ship, and you gotta watch Jake's energy. Go ahead.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. For it's not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father will speak it in you.
Going back into what the brother was saying about the possibility of the Walmart campus.
Oh yeah, that's what. Okay. Damn, that nigga threw it off. That's all edification though.
I had to remember.
It's edification still.
It's all being planned, man. You know? Yeah, man. Eventually, you know, we may have to get delivered, some of us up, man. Okay? Some of us are going to be fleeing. Some of us are going to be delivered up. Some of us may have to be beheaded. Okay? Continue on.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
Right, that's the point that I was getting at. You know? But the scriptures say they're not all Israel, which are of Israel. Okay? Not everybody is of the elected Israel, man. You know? You got all these guys that try to be buddy with each other, and then before you know it, they'll be the first ones making a video about it. Okay? Like that one
Children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
That's what you see now amongst this truth. You see a lot of individuals coming up against the truth. But they'll say we don't have the truth, but their main motive is to stop this word from coming out. You know, they put a lot of focus on the Israelites. Mocap Malone did a new video, and he said, this is a growing cult. They're growing rapid in the South. Well, if this ain't the truth, why are you worried about it? You know, if it's falsehood and slant, why are you so worried?
You ever see Mocap Malone come up against abortion, Transformers, and that shit?
Yep. Everything is centered around the Israelites because this is the Lord's work being done. You have an abundance of Israelites waking up, going out on the highways and the byways, teaching this word, and coming back to their power. And once we connected with our power, once Jake is connected with the Most High, Jake is unstoppable. But when you doing when you doing the things that Esau Edom wants you to do, you partaking in the world, you being wicked, you constantly drowning in sin. That's when you can take advantage of Jake. You can keep him on the bottom. You can tell him what to do. You can tell him what to wear. You can tell him what to rap about. You can tell him to gang bang. But when you connected with your power, Esau can't touch. There's nothing you can do.
Well, I mean, look at what today is. It's May 1st. It's one of the highest days on the Druidic witch calendar. It's 5 demons out. The spirits are working today. You know, they can't touch you.
Let's read fifth chapter. Start out 1. Brothers posted a lot of precepts. A lot of.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 1. It say, be ye therefore followers of Yahweh as dear children. Walk in love as Yahweh Shai also have loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Yahweh for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanliness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becometh saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talk, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather give thanks. For this you know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater have any inheritance in the kingdom of Yahweh Shai and Yahweh.
So the scriptures separate who and who cannot be a part of the kingdom. That don't mean, so that's telling you right there, you can't do whatever you want to do when you're serving the Lord. You can't just be I got free will and I love Jesus, so I'm straight. No, it don't work like that.
Let no man deceive you with vain words. For because of these things comes the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. Like that's another thing going into what like the wrath of the Most High. Oh, that will make him evil.
Yeah, that would make him evil. Damn right. Most High gonna show you how evil he can be.
He said if you do these things, then he gonna bring wrath upon you.
King of terrors,
Say, be not you therefore partakers with them, for you were sometime in darkness, but now you are you light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is all goodness and righteousness and truth.
The fruit of the Spirit is all good and righteousness and truth. Right? And that's what we have for the Spirit of the Lord. We got the fruits of the Spirit. Go ahead.
Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord.
Yeah, because you have things that are acceptable unto the Lord, you have things that are unacceptable unto the Lord. These people believe that the Most High just got to accept everything. He's all love. He'll accept you if you a transformer. He'll accept you if you wicked.
Yeah, I just seen this fucking Savior shit too. One of the biggest pastors in Buffalo, Pastor Pritchett, this motherfucker went to the little barbecue spot and got some pork ribs and was live eating the shit. Like, and he's taking it like, oh my God, praise the Lord. I was mad as hell. I'm gonna send you.
And that's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's
unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
Pastor Pork Chop. Nigga got barbecue fucking sauce all on his beard, on his
Acting like
chin.
he's speaking in tongues and all this crazy shit. I was fucking bad as hell.
Probably had that baby Ray's too. That baby Ray's. Fucking brown sugar, baby Ray's. Go ahead.
It say,
All stuck in his mustache.
Yep.
and have no fellowship with the unfruitful and works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
And have no fellowship. That means don't hang around them. Read that again.
And have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be hanging with a dude that's a fucking drug dealer, man. You with this nigga every day. Y'all chilling, but you in the truth. You ain't supposed to be with a dude that like to pop other niggas' wives. A dude that, yeah, man, I'm trying to fuck this nigga girl. You ain't supposed to be with that nigga, because the Most High will judge him and then judge you for being with him.
He might, the Most High might sick that man on your wife, man.
You know? So and when we say keep company, we mean you hanging around these dudes like they your company. You know? You gotta be careful, man. Go ahead.
Or you might be hanging out with him, and somebody might see him who's got a problem with him, and then you get involved in the situation. And that's
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he says, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua shall give thee light. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore,
Read that last line.
he say, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools,
Look
but
that
as
word up
wise.
real quick. You look up circumspectly, because these are actually directions that the Lord has given us, telling us what to do. You know, these are righteous directions, basically. How you supposed to walk, like the scriptures tell us what manner of persons are you to be. Got it? Go ahead, read it.
This the etymology of circumspect. Cautious, wary, looking about on all sides.
So that means you being cautious. It means you looking around at your surroundings. You checking out everything that's going on. You on your toes, basically.
Discernment,
You using discernment. That's right. You're not sleep. You're not settled on your lees. You know. We basically to be on your watch, and that's what a watchman does. A watchman is going to be circumspect.
Deliberate, guarded, well considered. To look, to take heed.
To look, to take heed. And don't the Lord tell us to take heed all the time in the scriptures? When the Lord says, "Behold," that basically means to take heed, to listen. Go back to that.
say, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be you not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
And like we was going into, I think it was last week, how that wine could be the philosophies, you know, going into different doctrines, and because when you go into these different doctrines, that can take you off your watch if you're not rooted. You see a lot of dudes, they come into the truth and then they start reading, they not grounded, and they start reading up on other shit, and they get swayed.
Enoch,
Yeah.
that shit, that's not really Jubilees and all that crazy shit.
Yeah, you're getting into all this madness.
Before they're even grounded, they're watching every camp.
Yep.
Getting all confused.
But do we gotta call on the name? I mean,
This
Jake,
is
man. Go ahead.
1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So Satan's always waiting for us to slip up, man. You know? Those spirits, they wait until you're vulnerable, man. You know? Until you're drunk, until you're sleeping, you know, until you're caught up in your lusts. That's when they strike, man.
In this truth, man, you know, you're gonna grow in this truth. You're gonna have times when you're down. You're gonna have, you know, it's a process. You know, you're gonna grow. You're gonna make mistakes, but you grow from the mistakes and you get better. That's the whole point. Because the Lord said that we was going to become new men. You know, but just make sure you continuing to sharpen your sword. You know, and be the best servant you can be to the Lord. But when you completely draw back, you know, that's totally different, man. That's why it tells us in Luke 9:62 that no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. You know? Yeah, you're going to have your little road bumps in the truth or whatever, but as long as you keeping the doctrine and you trying your hardest, the Lord understands. But when you completely turn back, it's over for you, man. That's all.
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 15. I mean 3 and 15. So I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold or hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yep.
You know? And that's pretty much self-explanatory. The apostle used to bring that out every week, man.
Yeah, you can't be lukewarm, 1 foot in the world, 1 foot in the truth. Or sometimes you might go out, but when it gets cold, you might not.
You're a social media Israelite. You got no works to show your faith. You're just on there putting likes and captions and pictures, man.
Why the tetragram?
Yeah, the Israelites.
You know.
The Israelites, they get out.
But it really comes down to doctrine. A lot of people like to say, like when they was doing the unity camps, they would mention, they would say, well, it ain't about the doctrine, but yes, it is. It is about the doctrine. It's 100% about the doctrine. Because when you teaching the word incorrectly, that's not going to lead you to salvation. You have to teach the correct way. There's a way you teach, and there's a way that you don't teach. Right? You know?
Teaching the truth. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just watching the ISHPK video, and like at the beginning of it, he's like, yeah, we don't rape little girls and all this shit. Get 2 Kings, is it 2 Kings 2:1? Because was King David a rapist?
Well, General Yohana said that King Solomon had the mark of the previous beast.
Oh yeah. It was
What was that?
No, that was the previous beast.
He's supposed to be under the house. General Yohana's supposed to be under the house.
Because these motherfuckers be saying that we rapists and all this shit.
Wait, what?
Right here.
Right from the top?
Yeah.
There's Kings 1 and 1.
So I want to know, was King David a rapist? Go ahead.
Now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, and he got no heat. Therefore his servants,
Look that up too.
Yeah. There's a meaning to that.
Yeah, it's a meaning to that.
wherefore his servants said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, okay, not just a virgin, a
young virgin. Hey, why didn't they go get King David of Babylonian whore? A 40-year-old bitch that was raped or something.
Well, it says he was old too, so King David was old.
Yeah, and Google how old was King David when he died too?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
He was an old man.
Wherefore his servants said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him. It's another word, let her cherish. And let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get eat.
It says that he was basically around 70.
All right, so he was a 70-year-old man, and then when he got a young virgin. Etymology.
So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coasts of Israel. So they were looking
Yeah.
and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. And the damsel was very fair.
But wait a minute, I gotta interrupt you, Salakia. It says in ancient Israel, right? Girls were usually in ancient Israel. In ancient Israel, girls were usually engaged or married sometime between the ages of 12 and 15.
Yep.
So that young virgin was most likely around that age.
So there's a lot of biblical scholars that say that Mary was between 13 and 15.
King David was 70, around 70.
See, Joseph is older, way older.
So
He
what?
was old enough to be her dad.
Hey, read it. We got it. We got heat.
So this is the blue letter of the word hot. In Hebrew is the am. And it means to conceive sexually. It says to be hot, become hot, to be or become hot, anger, to conceive sexually.
To conceive sexually. So they was trying to see if he was going to get it up and pop her.
They probably found the baddest joint that he did.
He said his that was his counselors, his servants, the people who he was old, and it was people who was counseling him. Like, okay, you gonna go get a virgin.
And she was a young woman. That's the question. What was Esau doing? David? He was ruling. Esau was ruling. Back if Esau had the power, when they did that for King Esau would label King David a rapist. He would say, "You a 70-year-old man, you trying to get a young fair virgin." That's wrong. But according to the ways of the old, you get women when they're fair that way. They become groomed. You know. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy because it sounds crazy because we're raised in the ways of the West.
That's what it say Jeremiah 16. Say seek the old ways.
Yep.
The old past.
And when you grow up learning this way, and you hear a different way, it sounds strange. You know?
Because that word's been getting thrown out there groomed a lot lately. With all these Hollywood things coming out. They're groomed in the wrong way.
This is the etymology of the word cherish. It means to be use or service or profit or benefit. A servitor, to benefit, profit, to be used, be want, exhibit, use.
What are you
or
gonna
have.
use it for? For sex.
Right.
It said to exhibit for you forever.
So it's to benefit, profit.
So what y'all gotta say about that?
Be familiar with it.
No, read that. Yeah, read that. That last part. Be familiar with, to know intimately. He was gonna know her, let her cherish him. To know intimately. That's what he was gonna do with the little girl.
It's funny how you got all these influencers coming out saying that, all these men have little.
Well, let me say this. Really, she wasn't a little girl because she was able to have children. Yeah.
She was a young woman.
Yeah.
She was a
Young woman. Yeah.
That's how she was designed. That's how they designed her at that age. So now you're sexually mature to have children.
You can have children. Your body starts to grow a certain way.
King David would have got it up.
But that goes to show you, man, when that thing fails, you're pretty much done as a man. And there's a lot of health influencers that are coming out and speaking out and saying that, man. They're purposely putting shit in the air, lowering these young boys' testosterone.
I know when I was 12, I was ready to get some.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
So that they're less of a man, So
That's-
they're docile.
Yep.
That's what makes you docile, man. When you can't get that heat,
Hey,
man.
that's what they used to do to the eunuchs, though. They used to cut their balls off and stuff. They wouldn't have no
They wouldn't have no urges.
desire for women. And And they got fucking concubines.
And they become yes men the rest of their lives too. You know? Because men, when our testosterone rage, we get a competitive spirit. You're supposed to have that. It's part of being a man. You
You
know?
ain't gonna have me guys concubines. She gonna be fucked up. She gonna be out of order.
But anyways, continuing on. Verse 4. And the damsel was very fair and cherished the king and ministered to him, but the king knew her not.
Yeah,
He couldn't get it. He wasn't capable.
Hey,
of that.
hey, hey, when you finish reading that story, when you go to the second chapter, when Solomon became the king, his brother tried to marry her too. So so is King David and Solomon brother a rapist? That's what
You gotta ask yourself, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Before you say something, you gotta examine. You gotta know the whole matter of even what the scripture said. Which that whole thing was basically slander. It was just a way to slander us anyway. You know? And that's okay, because how Shai said that those things were gonna happen. So
And you older cats, man, even when y'all were younger, in this world, man, the what do they call it? The age of consent was a lot lower. Okay? Shit, when I was growing up, I think it was like 15, 16, something like that. You know?
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verses 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, and learning the truth and the ways of the scriptures, and helps you get understanding on how it's really supposed to be. We was raised in this Western society,
Right.
So
and that like when we go out and we don't look at 11 and 12-year-old women like, oh, I'm gonna go get that. We don't do that shit. We just understand how it's gonna be in the world to come. You know, we don't actually go out and dang, she 13, she, oh boy,
Yeah, the Bible says we can do
the
it.
Bible said we can do it. We don't do that shit, man. Just teaching you the ways of the ancient world are, and how it's gonna go back to being. Whether you can accept it or not. If you can't accept it, boo-hoo, nigga. You know?
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the right way, man, because by the time these girls are all ran through by the time they settle down.
Look at these women now. When they in high school, they thoughting out. Then when they in their 20s, they still thoughts. Then when they get in their 30s, they start to get a little sense. And then when they 35, 36, going on 40, now they wanna, well, I
Yeah,
just
now
wanna
you
settle
got-
down. After your shit look like baloney,
Yeah, you gotta love this bitch.
yeah. After your shit done been ran through, you know, looking like fried baloney, now you want a nigga to settle down with you. No.
And Esau science even says the younger a woman is in general, the healthier the baby.
Yeah, she wanna settle down when she about to be 40, but she can't even give your ass a kid. You know, because she older in age.
She's gonna be a grandma by the time that kid's a fucking teenager.
This society is fucking backwards, man. Completely backwards. Rather than you get a woman when she passes the flower of her age, she's that you able to groom her to being to serve you. When you watch Coming to America, what did she say? She said, all my life I've been groomed to serve you.
Yeah, she gets a sense of loyalty. You can't make a woman loyal when she's already fully grown.
Or when she's had too many experiences.
I mean, look at this truth, right? It's harder for the older men to get. You know, because when you're younger, you're more open.
Read that when you get out here. But see, this society runs things backwards. You don't settle down with a woman when she's 40 or 35.
woman is on fire at a young age, at a younger years, you know.
Is that the second Corinthians?
The flower of her age. It's 7 and 36 verse.
1 Corinthians 7 and 36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will, he sinneth not. Let them marry.
The flower of her age, meaning when she's able to bear children, or of marriageable age. Okay, and that's it's as simple as that, man. So, Lord willing, you were edified. All right, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. And Lord willing, we'll see you brothers and sisters next week. Shalom.